name's Mike Busch, and I'm going to introduce you to my new girl, ELSA. Originally, I had purchased a 1951 Ford shoebox for my wife to restore, and I was young, I didn't know much about cars back then, but I was enthusiastic about it. So it sat at her parents' house for about 3 years, and I decided one day that it was time to put it up for sale. And about 2 weeks after I put it up, a gentleman had emailed me and said, "Would you like to trade?" And I said, "For what?" And he had stated that he had a pretty good condition 46 Ford two-door. And I wasn't really interested, but I said, "Send me pictures," and he did. And what I saw blew my mind. A mint condition, perfect body, ready to roll, minus a motor, 46 Ford. So it all started there. The style I try to shoot for is, I don't want to consider it my own or anything like that, but I like to build something really clean that doesn't draw attention to itself. Doesn't have to have crazy bright paint or flames or pinstriping or anything like that. I want the vehicle as a whole to overwhelm, not just one part here or one part there. I want it to be like the really hot girl in the back of the bar that you just can't keep your eye off of. That's why she's ELSA. The body of the car is channeled over a Ford Ranger frame. The reason I went with that is because the Ranger that I was looking at originally, well, not originally, but had this motor in it. It's a 1971 Lincoln 460 motor with 73 heads. The heads are ported out to CJ spec, which is 68 through 70 police car heads. So the only thing that mounts to a 460 Ford or even a 429 Ford is the Ford C6 trans. It's not highly modified, but it's got a pretty good modified valve body, so it's almost like a semi-automatic manual setup. It shifts nice and firm. It's not too chirpy or bitey, so it doesn't pop your neck back. But it's estimated with the work that's done to it from other guys that are running pretty much the identical build is close to 6 1/4 horsepower and close to 680. It's built very similar to a boat motor. A lot of guys run them in speedboats, so I call it a stump puller because it has nothing to do with water. I guess I'd like to say I like to build cars just like an artist likes to paint. I've always been mechanically inclined, and I've always been the type of person that doesn't let anyone stop me from trying to do what I do. A lot of things I incorporated is stuff from my past in this car. I used to be a very involved musician and into running sound and PA and recording studios, so I wanted to kind of incorporate that in the car. So the trunk was definitely a collaboration between my wife and I. Being that the car is channeled over a Ford Ranger frame, there wasn't a lot of room to put a gas tank, so we ended up using a fuel cell, which is basically just a big plastic tank that you put your fuel in. But originally I wanted just to cover everything with Pergo, like I did in my Buick, but I definitely needed a little something extra, and my wife definitely came to the rescue with that. She her first idea was using an old soda crate to cover it up, and we'll hinge it and you know, it was a great idea, but I didn't think it would suit the car. So one day up at Merchants Village, an old flea market up in Pittston, we came across this suitcase that was perfect. It fit the era, the color was spot on, and it was it. It definitely tied everything together.